What's going on, everybody? This is Dale from Upstate Bets and DFS. I'm here with my partner Reoz, bringing you guys a Monday night NFL football game between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. We got Russ's return to Seattle. Really excited to watch this game right now. The Broncos are favored by 6.5, low total 44 in this game. Really cool week one. Thank you for tuning into the video for the Sunday slate as well as the Sunday night slate. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell notification. We're posting every Thursday, Sunday, Monday night, Sunday videos. We're getting into NBA when that gets around too. So welcome to the channel. We cover player props over on Prize Picks. If you want to sign up for Prize Picks, use promo code Upstate. It helps us out a ton, and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. So if you put 100 in, you get 100 back to play with. Riaz, it's your hometown Broncos, man. Favorite team. What do you think about these guys? Are you excited for the game?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for the game. I feel like Denver always plays on Monday nights, so I always have to wait an extra day to see my guys play, but it's nice. I mean, it's really great. We finally have a quarterback, especially having Russell Wilson going against his old team. I would have liked to see Drew Lock win the QB battle against Geno Smith, but it is what it is. Uh, Drew Lock and Russell switching teams starting week one would have been something special. But I think this is going to be a pretty decent game. A lot of these week one games have been crazy, so I can only imagine what we're in store here Monday night.
Yeah, like it's pretty, heavily favored towards the Broncos. However, I do think that there's some value here when it comes to player props. I'm not really big into this line. I think it can go either way with the emotions. Well, personally, I think the Broncos are going to take it, but I never know really with the way week one just panned out. I mean, we had a tie. There's a million missed field goals that led to overtime games. So crazy week one, so anything can happen here. But let's get to the picks, Riaz. I got a guy that I want to get to, and that's going to be Rashad Penny here in the rushing yards. So he finished the season super strong last year. Obviously, like the kicker with Rashad Penny is he just can't stay healthy. Like in terms of like season long fantasy, like he's a tough guy to take. You take him super late in the draft, like you're not really expecting much. Like you play him in the flex spot, like here and there, depending on what kind of league you're in. I mean, he can be like a pretty decent back for you if you got like a large 12-man league, but at the end of the day, 10 games last year, but it's the difference is how he finished the league. I mean, finished the season last year. What was spectacular. I mean, in the last two games, he ran for 25. He had 25 attempts for 170 yards, and then 23 attempts for 190 yards. Ran for 3 touchdowns in those two total games. They were using him so much towards the end of the season, and the fact that Chris Carson, just retires, and this backfield, they have Kenneth Walker, but the fact that looks like it's going to be his backfield, and if there's one little hole in this Denver defense that's filled with star-studded power, it's going to be the run defense. They weren't perfect against the run. They brought in some guys this offseason, but that is still the question mark on this defense. I do think it's a great defense. However, just like I said, with high emotions, Geno Smith, we don't know what we're going to get out of him. He's, obviously not, a starting quarterback in this league. I mean, he's better than Drew Lock, but that's not saying much. I do think they're going to be relying on Penny, and not to mention this line started at 56 and it's already up to 67.5. If you don't get on this early, this thing can definitely jump up to like 70s. So I definitely hop on it now.
Without a doubt, and especially if Kenneth Walker doesn't end up playing, it's just going to be the Rashard Penny show, and he's going to rack up a ton of carries, have a ton of usage, and I really like that pick, especially if he's going to be the solo back. And I can't imagine if Walker is playing, he's going to get a ton of reps. It's probably going to be what happened Thursday night with Cam Akers. So really like that pick. I'm going to jump over to the fantasy score with Cortland Sutton here, sitting at 14. I really like this over. I think Cortland Sutton has all the attributes to be a top wide receiver in this league, and I think the only thing holding him back was just the quarterback play out of the Broncos and acquiring Russ over on the offseason, and now having him extended for the next 5 years. I mean, Russ and Sutton are going to be together hopefully for the next 7 to 6 years. So Cortland Sutton, we saw with average quarterbacks, okay quarterbacks, he still went out there and scored a bunch of touchdowns, had 1,000 yards receiving, put up really monster games, and he could do it all out there. He could do the deep ball, he could do the Michael Thomas slant routes. He is an incredible talent, and I think it helps even more that he's got Jerry Judy lining up next to him to kind of take the pressure off. So I wouldn't be shocked if he found the end zone a couple times here. I think Denver's going to score a ton of points, and Russ loves big wide receivers just like Cortland Sutton. So Cortland Sutton, I would take this fantasy score now because later on in the season, we're not going to see it at 14.
Yeah, and the thing for me is in that division, like you need to have a nice high-powered offense, and Russ needs to find his new go-to guy. I mean, Lockett was his safety blanket, and I do think Sutton's gonna like adapt into that kind of Tyler Lockett role for him. I mean, Sutton's a very versatile guy. Out in the field, I mean, he can kind of do it all as a wide receiver, and I'm really excited to see how he performs in this offense with Russell Wilson. I'm really excited to see this Broncos team. Everyone has their own, predictions and an opinion on them. So I'm excited to see how the season turns out for them. There's a couple other guys on this slate who look really nice, but if we want to get to some of those picks, you can check it out over on our Patreon. Reoz, tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want more picks from us, support us further, the Patreon is the best place to do it. You can find it at patreon.com/upstate. Everything will be linked in the description below. We put out a ton of picks for the main slate today or yesterday as of Sunday. Um, Sunday night picks, Thursday night picks, Monday night picks. So if you want just a plethora of picks from Dale and I, definitely check out the Patreon.
For sure, man. And we got a lot of other things going on over there in the works. And then when NBA season starts, it's just an everyday grind. So definitely really good value. You're getting two for the price of one over there. So thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, like the video if you're getting any knowledge out of this. Pair these two guys up with any of your own guys or punch it in for a nice two-pick power. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.